How to organize every song that you play in DJ Pro so that you're always prepared to do a great set. I'm DJ Spiegelspin, and I'm going to show you how. As DJs, we should be discovering new music every single day. So I made other videos with techniques on how to discover new music. So in this video, I'm going to show you what to do with every song that you find and add to your playlist. Every song should have cue points and should be prepared, and you should know the song from the beginning to the end. So let's get started. So when you guys find a new song that you want to use when you DJ, you could add it to one of these playlists that in my other videos I taught you guys how to make playlists for all occasions and always to have the backup playlist. And then taking it a step further would be every song in all of these playlists will be prepared and will have cue points and all the necessary stuff so that you could just load it into a deck and start DJing. So all of these are all loaded with cue points. So I'm going to show you guys what we would do if we found a brand new song. So now this is a pop type of EDM song. So with these type of songs, the first thing you're going to want to do is put your cue points. So you're going to want a spot where you're going to start the song, a spot where you're going to end the song, and then I'm going to show you some other cue points you could put in between those. So let's find a good place to start this song. So I'm going to start it right here. So if there's like an intro or a part of the song that you don't want to play, you could have it skip through there, and then we could go over here. Boom. Right there. And then if you hit this pencil over here in the corner, you go down and you could type in start. So now we have our start, and this will be saved even if you log out of the app, if you're using the app on a different device, or if you eject the track and then load it back in, that will always be there. So you don't have to do it every time. And now let's find a good place to end. I would do over here. So that whooshing sound and that filter sound will be a perfect place for us to mix out. So we're going to do boom, end. So if this is all you guys do, then just make sure you do that. If it's you have your where you're going to start and where you're going to end. So now every time that you load up this track, you don't have to be searching through it, listening to your headphones and being all stressed. You know exactly a part where you can mix out and get out of the song. But if you want to take it a little bit farther, what you could do is this. With EDM songs, we mix based mostly around the drops, so we're going to mark our drops. So right over here, boom. Drop 1. And now what this will help you with is if you want to do a really quick mix and you have another song that you're mixing with. The last video or 2 videos ago, I made a video with the drop swap. So what you could do is you just hit drop 1 and then switch to crossfader, and now you always know where the first drop is. And we are also going to do the second one. So this is going to be drop 2. Okay, so now we have 4 cue points for this song, and we are prepared to load it up. We know when to start it, when to end it, and if we want to switch the drops around or if we want to mix around the drops, we could do that. Also, another thing that we could do is go over here. We're going to go to... So you go from cue to skip, and over here it's going to be auto mix, and then you press set start. And then where you set the cue point to start, is where you're going to set it for it to start on auto mix. So if it's on auto mix, it'll start it where you want to start it, and you don't have to do anything. And then we're just going to go over here. This only gives you the options for the start and end. So this is when the auto mix is going to engage and start, and then when the song hits a certain point, it is going to mix it out. So we're going to do where we chose to end. So now we're prepared if we're DJing manually or if we are setting it to auto mix. Another thing you could do with the cue points is using the skip feature to know exactly how many bars it is until the ending, or maybe you could do before the drop, or just to have an idea. So over here, this is the end of the song. Now go from cue, go over here to skip, and go back 32 bars, and then set your cue point right there, and then name it 32. So if you have this, the first 32 bars and the last 32 bars of each song, you can mix the first 32 bars with one of the songs and then the last 32, and you'll always know how to mix out. That's if you like DJing with the math and DJing by bars. You don't have to do that. It's just a suggestion. A lot of DJs prefer to do that. And now another thing you could do with the cue points is you could find songs, if there's words or vocals that you like to play a lot, or if you want to use them as scratch samples. Like in this song by Nelly, I have this saved, and it's... So a lot of times if I'm about to play this song, I'll throw in a couple of those O's before I'll do it, or I'll just use this as a scratch sample. And then you can just start the song like that. So get creative with the cue points. Definitely always have the start and the end, but also get creative with some of these wordplay type cue points, so you always know where those words are, so you don't have to be there with your headphones trying to find the correct spot. So in addition to knowing your cue points, what you're going to want to do is also have some saved loops. So in order to set a saved loop, you guys go over here. It's just one button over from where the cue point section is. And now we have our loops. And then we're going to go over the saved loops. And we're going to pick a spot where we want to save the loop. So over here, now we're going to hit the plus button. And then up top, if you guys are used to using the toggle switch to make the loops bigger and smaller, you do that over here. And now it's saved a 4-bar loop at the spot where we put it. I put it right before the drop in case you want to extend the build up or something like that. You guys could do it on a vocal that you like, or just any place where you usually set loops in the songs. Now you can have it saved forever. So we're going to name it loop. You guys can name it whatever you want. And now this loop is saved there forever. You could eject the track, load it back in, and the loop and your cue points will stay there forever. And now, if the song's playing and you press anywhere on the box, it'll automatically jump to the loop, and then the loop will be on. But if you don't want to do that, you just press these arrows over here, and now it won't jump to the loop, but every time the song will play like normal, and then when it reaches the loop, it will automatically trigger the loop. And this helps so you guys don't have to be sitting there wasting your time trying to time the exact loop. So always set your cue points. Never load a song into a deck if you didn't have the cue points, and have some saved loops so that you're prepared. And then also, they did an update where we could organize the position of the songs inside the actual playlist. So now you find 2 songs that you always like to mix together, you could have them right there in the playlist. So over here up top, if you see, we got Smack That by Akon. I'm putting that as first. And then I always like to mix Buy You a Drink by T-Pain after that. Those songs go great together. And now I put it there in my playlist. And now I'm going to go out of the playlist. I'm going to go back into the playlist. And now they're always there. So now the song that you have prepared with your cue points and loops is also prepared to be next to the songs that you like to mix to. So if you guys like learning how to be prepared as a DJ, learning the new features of DJ Pro, and also learning about DJing in the metaverse, subscribe to my channel. I've been making a lot of videos lately.